Good YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that instant basketball analysis. This time we see the Toronto Raptors streak snapped by the Charlotte Hornets. This is going to be on YouTube, of course, Analysis Playground exclusively on there and, of course, forever. But let's go ahead and talk about this overtime game where the Charlotte Hornets won it 118 to 111. The Toronto Raptors 14-6 and 7-4 on the road, and the Hornets is only 6-14, a swap of a record, but they're 5-6 at home, which they was there today in this game. The Raptors looked like they was going to finish them early. They won the first quarter 34-21, and then the Hornets won the second quarter 31-24. They lost the third quarter. The Hornets did 29-28, and then the fourth quarter was won by the Charlotte Hornets 24-17. Colin Sexton made some big baskets. The team came through for him too. Zion James with a nice finish at the rim. And obviously they was able to continue to fight to be able to win in overtime 14-7. And that was a good lead because the Raptors have been a tough team to stop and a tough team to score on for some teams. But the Charlotte Hornets was able to outscore them in this one, even when it mattered the most. Brandon Ingram had some shots that he could have made and could have helped the team win. He just couldn't get them to go. He played 40 minutes, which was the most on the team. 22 points. He was 10 of 26 from the field. Took the most shots on the team tonight, but he missed a whole lot of them. But he also went 1 of 5 from 3. That didn't help either. And 1 of 2 from the free throw line. That was something that he didn't do well either in this one, even though he was only missing 1, but it was a crucial one. 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He had 3 turnovers, no steals or blocks, but he did have an offensive rebound and 2 personal fouls. He was a minus 11 and plus minus. He can be that type of guy where if he's not really scoring that much, he's not really doing too much for you. He's a decent playmaker, but he turned the ball over a lot. And he took some tough shots. You got to give credit to Charlotte for making him, rush some of these shots and take them faster or just trying to hurry up and get it off. And that's what you have to do because he is long, he is tall, and he does have good body control. So he's going to find a way to get enough space to where he's confident enough to knock down those shots. And he did get to the basket from time to time, too. But like I said, you would be surprised that he only got 2 free throws tonight. Scotty Barnes led the team with 39 minutes, 30 points, 11 of 16 from the field, really efficient. He was 1 of 2 from 3 and 7 of 8 from the free throw line. He's best, like I said, when he's near that basket. And he had a double-double with 12 rebounds, too. 3 of them being offensive. He also had 5 assists, but he had 3 turnovers with that. He also had 2 steals and a block. He can be a difference maker on the defensive end when he tries. And he also had 3 personal fouls and was a minus 6 and plus minus. Jakob Poeltl, 33 minutes, 8 points, 4 of 6 from the field. He ended up having 11 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 turnovers, 2 steals, 1 block, 5 offensive rebounds, 4 personal fouls, and a minus 5 and plus minus. I love what he was doing. He was just such a guy that was just looking to do so much to show that he can impact this team. And he just had it in him in this one. And everything was just working out with him fine because he was just making the right plays and the right decisions on both ends of the court for the most part. So it ended up being a real strong game. Although he didn't score a lot of points, he did so much other things that can be available for you to win games. You need it to be that way. You need guys to be out there trying to do as much as they can to help turn the game in their favor. Even if that's rebounding, like I say, he had 5 offensive rebounds, 6 defensive ones. He had blocks. He had 2 steals. He had the rebounds. And that's why the Raptors can be tough because they can do those things while still having athleticism, mobility, and length. But Emmanuel quickly came in some clutch moments too. And he finished with 37 minutes, 22 points, 9 of 20 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. He ended up having a double-double with 10 assists, 3 rebounds, and 3 turnovers, 1 offensive rebound, 2 personal fouls, and a minus 5 and plus minus. Didn't have too much of a problem with what he was doing. He just missed some shots here and there, which comes with the game. You're just happy that he was looking to score and was also finding his teammates real well in this one. And he was just pushing the pace. And sometimes he got good looks. Sometimes it was a little rush and sloppy. But that comes with the style of play. And he lived with it in this one. And it just wasn't enough to help the team get the win. although their best players did step up in this game when it comes to the numbers, it still just wasn't enough because the bench and some other players like Jacoby Walter didn't do enough to help lift them when they needed it. 27 minutes, 5 points for Jacoby Walter, 1 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from three, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 1 turnover, 2 offensive rebounds, 5 personal fouls, and a -6 and plus minus. Sandro, 19 minutes. He ended up having double figures in points, 13 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 1 of 2 from three, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 1 offensive, 1 personal foul, a -1 and plus minus. As long as he's efficient and he's going out there playing hard, you're happy with that because that's what he does. And he's a big, strong guy. He's a good athlete, and he does make good shot selection, and he does knock them down for the most part. He's been one of their best bench players this entire season. Colin Murray-Borrells, 13 minutes, 1 point, 0 of 1 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals, 3 offensive rebounds, 2 personal fouls, and a +2 and plus minus. A real good game from him. Didn't do a lot scoring, but did everything else really in this game. Ochai Agbaji, 16 minutes, 2 points. He went 1 of 5 from the field and 0 of 1 from 3, but he did have 1 rebound and assist and no turnovers, but also having a block and 2 personal fouls. He was a +4 and plus minus. Jamal Shead, 23 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 6 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers too, but he did have 2 personal fouls in the -9 and plus minus. And then Grady Dick, he came in the game and had 5 points in 18 minutes. He went 2 of 6 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 offensive rebound, 3 personal fouls, and a +2 and plus minus. When you look at the bench, you look at it and say, well, nobody really had a big game besides Sandro. And it's like they didn't really play a lot of minutes and they didn't really do a lot because they didn't touch the ball enough. They didn't shoot it a lot. They didn't have it in their hand a lot. And it can be that way, so you got to do the fundamental things that can make an impact on the game, like rebounding. Everybody off the bench got a rebound. Everybody almost got an assist besides Sandro. And everybody tried to compete a little bit defensively. And then you just have to live with the results of how the game ends because a lot of them won in the game a lot at those times. 44 of 99, 44% from the field, 9 of 29, 31% from 3, 14 of 17, 82% from the free throw line, 52 rebounds, 34 assists, 15 turnovers, 6 steals, 3 blocks, and 26 personal fouls. And then you look at the Charlotte Hornets, a team that people thought would come in this one and get beat because the Raptors had a good matchup against them when it comes to their bench and their lineup on paper. And obviously they was playing better than the Hornets have been lately. And they ended up getting upset in this one. The Raptors let them come back and beat them in the fourth to be able to tie it. And then they was able to finish them off in the OT period. But Miles Bridges, 41 minutes. He had 35 points. That's game high for both teams. And he really was aggressive looking for his shot. Got to the free throw line and shot 7 of 9. He was 2 of 8 from 3. They were letting him have him. He just didn't make enough of them, so I guess that was a good strategy in this one. He was 13 of 23 from the field also. 3 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 offensive rebound, 3 personal fouls, and a +7 and plus minus. I didn't have a problem with anything that he did. He just had a good matchup. He just had good sight of what he needed to do out there to score, and it was working for him. Brandon Miller didn't do much when it came to scoring because he went 1 of 13 from the field and 0 of 6 from 3. He scored mainly at the free throw line where he went 5 of 5 there in 25 minutes. He had 7 points, but he also had 2 rebounds and 3 assists with only 1 turnover. He also had 2 blocks, 1 offensive rebound, 2 personal fouls, and a -7 and plus minus. Ryan ended up having 22 minutes played and had 8 points. He went 3 or 4 from the field. If he's not finishing at the rim strong or with good strength, he's not going to really do much for you offensively. But that's good because he's still a good anchor defensively to be a rookie. Not perfect, doesn't have it all figured out, but he is a good backup or starting caliber center depending on how he continues to develop. But he's off to a decent start. He did have 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 offensive rebounds, and he also was a -15 and plus minus. LaMelo Ball was inefficient again. He took the most shots other than Miles Bridges on the team tonight. 22 minutes, 14 points. He was 6 of 16 from the field, 1 of 6 from three, 101 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 turnovers, 4 personal fouls, and a -10 in plus minus. So he was aggressive. He was taking good looks that he felt he can make. Just didn't happen enough for him today, was putting him in the basket. And other than that, you just question his defense sometimes. He showed this game that he can be a solid defender. He has to just continue to have the mentality and the mindset that's needed to be able to be good on that end of the floor consistently. Colin Knippel had another great game. 37 minutes, 20 points. He was a 5 of 10 from the field, 4 of 7 from three, and 6 of 6 from the free throw line. He's a big body to be a guard, and he can take contact. He can bump you. He can knock you. He can pull up on you. And he isn't afraid of the big moments or the opportunities, and he showed that again tonight. He is the most NBA ready player out of this draft that just happened a couple months ago, and he's showing it every single game basically. Almost 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, 3 personal fouls, and a +3 and plus minus. Musa, 30 minutes, 7 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 4 offensive rebounds, and 4 personal fouls, and a +19 and plus minus. He ended up finishing really good at the rim and was battling and fighting for them boards, even offensively, and it worked out for him. Colin Sexton was huge. He was the main force behind him in the team because he had confidence in himself and belief in himself. He was knocking out everything. 33 minutes, 18 points, 6 of 12 from the field. That's efficient. 2 of 5 from three, even a big one. And 4 of 4 from the free throw line. 1 rebound, 5 assists, 3 turnovers, 3 steals, and a block, and was a +23 and plus minus. Colin Sexton, man, he's been a really good player for them. They took a gamble on him, and he provided exactly what he's been doing his entire career. Whether he's a starter or coming off the bench, he has been really, really good at performing consistently for this Charlotte Hornets team. He's up there with Conca and Mipple and you can put Ryan in there because he's a good defender and a good rim protector and a guy that can rebound. But these are good additional pieces to add to your nucleus that you had this summer, and they all are doing their part and playing well. Trey Mann, 11 minutes, 0 of 2 from the field, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 offensive rebound. That was the one that he had. 1 personal foul and a -5 and plus minus. Didn't do a crazy amount, but he also didn't play a lot of minutes and didn't take a lot of shots. Steon James made a big basket, but he did go 1 of 5 from the field and 0 of 3 from the three-point line. But he made that shot, and that gave him 2 points. And he also had 6 rebounds. 2 of them was offensive rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 personal fouls, and a +13 and plus minus. Liam Manili, 13 minutes, 7 points, 3 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from three, 3 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 steal, and 1 offensive rebound out of the three, and was a +7 and plus minus. They all was able to score besides Trey Mann. He was the only guy that couldn't do it, but they all did get a rebound off the bench, and majority of them almost got all assists. The only one that didn't get assists in this game was Liam Manili, showing you that they all played winning basketball when they was out there on the court. They probably all didn't shoot the ball great or do a lot, but they did enough to help the starters get that break and get that rest. And when they came back in, they wasn't too far behind or too far ahead either, which is good because you had to come back to be able to win the game anyway. 41 to 100, 41 to 93, 44% from the field. That's tied with the Raptors, but the Raptors took more shots because they had more rebounds. They had more offensive rebounds because they had 17 compared to the 12 that the Hornets had. 10 to 39, 26% from three. That's less than the Raptors. And then they did go 26 to 29, 90% from the free throw line. They shot 12 more threes than the Raptors and shot it at a better percentage. That was a big reason why the Raptors lost this one. 39 rebounds compared to the 52 of the Raptors. Like I said before, they actually had 10 less assists as a team than the Raptors because they only had 24. They also committed only 9 turnovers while the Raptors committed 15, which is a lot compared to what the Hornets did. And 10 steals. That's 4 more than what the Raptors committed, which is a good thing for the Hornets. And then 5 blocks. They had 2 more than the Raptors. And like I said, they did have 19 personal fouls while the Raptors committed 26. And the Hornets, man, they starting to figure things out. They're starting to put it together. They're starting to realize some of their potential. But we need them to stay healthy longer. We need to see them more healthy for a longer period of time. And we can't really judge them until then. And on top of that, they already got to a bad start, and it's going to be hard to get on a good win streak, even if you're in the East, because a lot of teams in the East are just as good as the Hornets or better. So they're not going to get help from the West or help from the East. That's why a lot of people didn't think they'd make the playoffs, but they still do function and play like a team that's going in the right direction. While the Raptors should have been able to win this one, and they was ahead, and they just had to find a way to keep going just enough to stay ahead to win the game. They just self-destructed in overtime, and they self-destructed in the fourth quarter. And then the Hornets used that momentum and that positivity and that confidence to attack them in the overtime and fourth quarter period, and that was enough to get the win. And this is something young teams can get you with. They can come at you, they can yell, they can jump up and down, they can start feeling themselves, and then they can start playing with their teammates too. You can't stop this guy. Now you got to worry about this guy. Now you got to worry about that guy. And next thing you know, you're down by 6. It can be that way. It can happen quick. Like I said, once they start talking, once they start doing things like that, you know you in for a long game. So the Raptors knew it was going to be close. They knew it was going to be tough, but they felt like they were still going to find a way to win it, as they should, because they was in the lead and they was controlling a lot of the game. So they were just as confident as the Hornets, but then the Hornets, they felt themselves a little bit more, and then that was a big difference of how they won this game. And like I said, it didn't help the fact that they was at home too, the Hornets was. So they was able to ride off that crowd when things was going in their favor. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell to get the analysis when it first come out. I also do conversation videos just like this, but about various NBA only topics. I also do breakdowns of real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars. I also do mock drafts and just regular draft coverage too. Not only that, I also got over 4,000 videos that's already on my channel that you can watch right now and enjoy, and it's all for free. And on top of that, I have to tell y'all, I got the ability to make videos every single day. And I try to do it throughout the day, too, to give y'all something to watch and look forward to when it comes to basketball NBA content. Not only that, thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the respect. And thank y'all for continuing to come back and appreciating the content for what it is and enjoying it for that reason, too. I do everything on my own, man. And I'm just glad to have people that love it and enjoy it and appreciate it and can't wait to see it like my subscribers and the new people that might come along. And thank y'all for being down and being loyal to Analysis Playground and Basketball Analysis. And y'all know the other versions of what this channel was before, but the love and the consistency that and the loyalty that y'all have had for me and my analysis and my channel and other things that I have done has been amazing from y'all. And I want to say I'm thankful for y'all. I love y'all. And hopefully y'all enjoyed your holiday. Hope y'all got some good deals. Hope y'all got some good time with your friends and your family like I did. And I'll be seeing y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis. And I'm just thankful that y'all was checking out my channel while y'all holidays was going on to spend some time with me. I wasn't there in the physical form, but I was there spiritually. I was there in the flesh, showing y'all that I didn't forget about y'all even on the holidays like I normally don't. And that's because I missed y'all a little bit too. So let me give y'all something that I thought about, which was breakdowns. And y'all didn't have a couple of those in a while. So I just decided to give y'all something a little different for the holidays. Other than that, peace. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully.